Hawaiian 105 KINE, I'm Billy V.
And I'm Mele Apana Aloha.
You know, over the weekend, we were both outbound to different places. I was on the island of Lanai with the Pineapple Festival.
And I was in California, in Anaheim, California.
When both of us heard the news of the Asiana flight that had crashed upon final approach at San Francisco Airport, we were thinking about, there's been several airline incidents that have happened. Not many, very few. There's the Aloha Airlines flight where the top came off in mid-flight.
Yeah, my uncle Opaka Brown was on that flight, actually. He still has nightmares about it to this day.
Does he really?
Yeah. It plays in his mind to this day, and it's been over 20 years, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember there was a flight attendant that was lost and they still haven't found her. But yeah, I remember that one. And then we had the other one.
This is a Hawaiian Airlines flight that was inbound for Papeete, Tahiti. And it was a really, really bad storm around the island. Kamalani Ho Wehrsig, who's Miss Aloha Hula 1996, was aboard that flight.
My other coworker, she's actually from Papeete, and she looked out the window when we're starting to land, coming down, and she's like, "Oh my God, we're not going to make it." I was like, "What?" At that point, you slam down and you just go into what you're trained, which we called an unplanned emergency landing. So you start shouting out your commands, and you just get into that crazy mode where your adrenaline is just pumping. And we're coming down that runway, what I would call like fishtailing. You're kind of like going down and feels like you're sliding everywhere on that runway. And then we come to like this abrupt screeching stop with a couple booms and crashes, and you just get out of your jump seat, you start commanding the passengers to stay seated. You gotta assess your out the windows, go down the aisle, make sure nothing was, pulled out of its bolts, or, there's enough space for everybody to evacuate the aircraft. So you go to your door, you look out the window. Out of my particular window, I've seen water. I'm like, oh my gosh, dear God, So we thought we were like partially in water, and we just slammed those doors open, deployed the slides, and assessed that situation. And we noticed that we were half in water and half not. And what kind of held us back were this rock wall that kind of resembles like Magic Island, those walls, and it held our engine back from us going into the water completely.
Wow. Amazing. You're looking at video of that. This is actual video from back in 2000 right there. You notice that airplane, Millie? That's an old DC-10.
Yeah, they don't use that airplane anymore.
No, they don't.
No.
They got the brand new planes,
Yeah, that is scary.
But
wow.
She was talking about, Kamalani was talking about the training.
Intense training. That
the flight attendants go through, and it's not only training once when they get hired. I mean, they got to do it, every so often. Yeah. And she talked about that.
We get trained with everything in our training center. We have mock-ups and door trainers where you're taught how to jam up on that door, deploy the slide, get these people out. And, when you go through something like that, in that split second, without a doubt, you're confident that you were trained so well. And I really thank our trainers. And you're ready for any scenario that you're faced with. And I give props to these Asiana flight attendants and what they went through.
That if you're a passenger, having heard Kamalani talk about that,
kind of puts me at a little ease, because I fly a lot, brother, but I'm always scared, yeah. But when, after she shared this Naʻau with us, it gives me a little bit of ease and comfort knowing that they're on their toes and then they're ma'a and they got this. So
here's an interesting thing about Kamalani Ho Wehrsig is that after the incident that happened in Papeete, she is now part of a Hawaiian Airlines response team. So that if anything happens, they have people that are kind of like counselors. They're the older ones that have gone through stuff already that can relate directly to maybe some of the younger ones who are going through stuff like that for their first time.
Oh, awesome. She's such an awesome friend and just an awesome person herself too. So thank you, Kamalani.
And once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the ones that were on board the flight and the crew of that Asiana Airlines flight that went down in San Francisco, and that investigation still continues.